2011, Carlisle Academy Integrative Equine Therapy and Sports was born, founded by my husband and myself on our farm in Lyman, Maine. We started out as the Equest Therapeutic Riding Program in 1998. The Academy really is a place where education is at the center of all that we do.
Remember, watch out for Zach's feet. Did you tell me what part of the foot is this? Remember what this is called?
We have intentionally opened up the Academy to be more inclusive, a more inclusive riding environment where we're not just doing therapy and adaptive programs, but we're also adding sports and education programs, as well as our leadership, training and leadership programs that allow us to educate people in the field with certifications and workshops.
Spring Creek Farm is two turn-of-the-century farms that Sarah and I were happily able to put together over the years. It comprises about 150 acres of forest, field, and a couple different streams and ponds. All of that land is in support of the programs and the horses that live on the farm here. Of those 150 acres, we actively farm about half of it. About 70 acres is in hay production, supporting the 20 or so horses that live on the farm.
Carlisle Academy is a premier accredited program through the National Association for Therapeutic or Horseback Riding Programs, and we have program accreditation in hippotherapy, therapeutic driving, and adaptive riding.
In our hippotherapy program, you'll see young children, as young as 2, with very involved disabilities. Some have walkers, some are not ambulatory at all, some are in wheelchairs. And when they get on a horse, honestly, those disabilities fall away.
Lisa's been riding at Carlisle Academy for about 2 years. This is her 3rd year. She's 5 years old. She has cerebral palsy, spastic diplegia. And when she first started here, she was using a walker. She couldn't stand up on her own. Within a few weeks, she transitioned to crutches, and now she barely uses them at all. I've seen huge improvements with her walking and her balance.
Hippotherapy is a treatment strategy that's used by physical, occupational, or speech therapists. They're trained therapists in the technique. We are using the back of the horse to facilitate development or recovery. In the therapy room, we might be doing swinging activities. We might be doing mat-based or ball-based activities. We are always doing activities that are going to support the child as they enter preschool or school. And that's ultimately what we're looking at every day is where is this child going in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and what can we do either in our therapy room or on a horse that's going to help with that transition.
We're excited at Carlisle Academy to get more and more into the training and leadership field where we're helping the therapeutic riding instructors, the therapists, continue to develop their professional skills.
The workshop is a 4-day workshop, and the students get a chance to really hone their skills on conformation and movement of the horse, and then actually treat some of the riders' patients they have at the center.
For like 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, our occupational speech therapy and physical therapy practitioners use hippotherapy as part of a treatment strategy, and so they're not taught this kind of information in school, and so they come to workshops to learn the techniques and the skills needed to be able to work in the environment of the stable. And that's pretty important because working with a live animal is a little different than working with a swing or equipment that you would find in a normal clinical environment.
One of the new developments with Carlisle Academy that's very deliberately created is the Para-Equestrian program here. The USPEA, which is our national Para-Equestrian program in this country, is really a growing program. We've hosted several clinics now, one with Hanneke Gerritsen from Holland, who is a technical delegate within the FEI for Para-Equestrian. wonderful to have a woman of her caliber here on the farm, helping some of our regional and national para-equestrians who are looking for a more competitive track, who are trying to see how far they can take their own equestrian sport.
I think the last 2 years, it's really growing. And I think there are a lot of people around who are investing time and energy and money, maybe, to develop the sport. And I think that's necessary. It is a sport. It costs, of course, a lot of money. But you need, because the sport is on such a high standard these days, you need good horses. And it's not the horse from the neighbor you can ride, as it has been before, or maybe on borrowed horses. In my eyes, that's an extra handicap for a handicapped person.
A lot of our riders are pursuing international experience, and of course to try to be a member of the United States equestrian team to represent their country at the Paralympic level.
I've been a lifelong equestrian since the time I could walk and talk, and I was involved in dressage and 3-day eventing for years. 9 years ago, I became the 3rd person in my family diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is a neurologic disorder. And I thought that that was the end of the road for me in terms of a competitive riding career. I totally embraced the fact that Carlisle Academy has created a venue for riders like myself to pursue our goals.
It is no longer therapy for them. This is the sport that they love, that they want to excel in, that they're choosing. And so we want to be there with adaptive equipment if necessary, with appropriate horses, and with appropriate facilities to support the riders as they come through in this country, to support that effort, because it's a really, really exciting endeavor, and we're happy to be a part of it.
As long as I can still ride, I'm okay.
Adaptive riding is used for people with disabilities who want to acquire a riding skill. You may use adaptive teaching methods, adaptive equipment, frame up the lesson a little bit differently to address any issues related to behavior, but the rider themselves is actually looking to learn how to ride, and we're hoping to progress them on up through the continuum of riding.
And I have to tell you that as both a parent and a volunteer, it changes the game to see a child with challenges engage on the level that he engages after interacting with the horses. He's more focused, calmer, sleeps better. Mom likes that. And he can't wait for the next lesson.
1, 2, 3. Well, interactive vaulting is a very exciting, fun program in that it's a group activity, group of riders with one horse. And we work on team building skills, communication skills, physical skills as far as core strength, motor skills, balance, all those issues, all within a really fun activity, lots of games, and we also incorporate learning about the horse. This is his hip near his back leg. Parts of the horse, how to take care of a horse, horse communication, it's all part of interactive vaulting.
There's also a program called Horses for Heroes, and that is a program for veterans. We were the first program in this state to be accepted to deliver those services, and those services all of our services are available to Maine veterans and their families. We've had some great experience with our veterans. We've seen people from World War II to the Korean War, Vietnam War, and the more recent Iraqi War. Many war veterans return home with significant PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder. As a result, they often come back to their families feeling very disconnected by riding. Again, the movement of the horse can be very calming. A lot of those riders can reestablish connections starting with the horse and generalizing to their family.
When Carlisle Academy was created in 2011, we made the decision to create the foundation to raise scholarships for people with special needs participating at Carlisle Academy who would otherwise not be able to afford tuition.
To see the pride and to see her out there just trotting around is breathtaking, but to then reflect back on a child that I didn't know if she would walk or crawl or be able to hold her head up, and just to see how each of her needs have been addressed through the years has really been a gift for the entire family. We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for the scholarship, and we are grateful every time we come here. We want to give back and contribute because we know how much this has changed their lives and our lives, and we're grateful for everybody that helps to make that happen. So thank you.
The scholarship committee is very moved by working through these applications and really wanting to help everybody to the fullest extent. I happen to know from personal experience and from our family's experience how important this program has been. Having a daughter riding in this program for the length of time that she has. It has been an integral part of her development and her success to be part of this program.
So the mission of Carlisle Academy is to transform lives through horses. And everybody that is here on the farm has that affinity and has that interest and desire to make a difference with using horses as essentially their medium. It could be for physical rehabilitation, it could be for joy and recreation, it could be for emotional benefit or healthy communication. There are many things you can do in this environment, and the horse is really an incredible animal to work with. You know, it's a 1,000-pound animal who commands our presence. And it's a very in the moment and also integrative activity. It employs mind, body, and spirit connection.